Okay, that, I'm going through that. What is it, like a meat grinder? Okay, all right. Oh, geez, oh my gosh. Whoa, all right. It's the night before Halloween. Are you ready to be scared? We're ready to take you behind the scenes of Nightmare Vermont today on Across the Fence. While August at the fairgrounds in Essex Junction belongs to the 10 best days of summer, the chill of October brings the stuff of nightmares. Nightmare Vermont began in 2004 under the leadership of Scream Queen herself, Jana Begley.
The transplant worked. The reason I started Nightmare Vermont was because I wanted to be in Nightmare Vermont. The inspiration came from my love of haunted houses and how visceral and immersive they were, and my love of theater. And my one thing that I really didn't like about theater was the fourth wall. And haunted houses broke the fourth wall. So I kind of mashed up my two loves, and Nightmare Vermont was born.
Jana finds beauty in the dark, in facing fear, and in the way a haunted house can echo life's own twists and terrors.
One of the things that draws people to haunted houses is the opportunity to face your fears or face a challenging situation that's actually kind of safe. It's kind of a rehearsal for the monsters you need to slay in real life. And that's an important aspect and psychological gratification and catharsis that people have when they engage in thrilling experiences. And I think that's what really made me fall in love with the genre as a whole.
Then I met Spork Pearson, a close collaborator with Jana.
Each individual person can have their own moments in the audience. Make sure that you're not like overrunning someone else's words. But I coach the maze portion of the actors. Jana does all the theater style, and I do all of the this is how you make people scream. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, how do you make people scream?
There are a lot of tricks actually. So we have something called.
Feel free to try to make me scream.
Oh yeah, sure. So we have the hula hoop of doom. Okay. So that's like, imagine yourself wearing a hula hoop.
Okay.
If you stay outside of the hula hoop, you may get like a little bit nervous, but perhaps I come up and try to sniff you. Yes, I think that's a very good one. Good. Can you do a little turn for me? So audience interaction, you want to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Give them something that they're not expecting. And take that level of, oh, it's not real, away. And so from a distance, and then you can come in, and then you go back to a distance again. If you keep it all at the same level, it just gets overwhelming. So you have to make it kind of like each portion is its own song, and each person has their own part in the song, and eventually it becomes kind of this symphony where everybody understands the rhythm.
And since none of you are worthy,
The sounds of screams from another room led me to these two, Rose Bristol and her sidekick, Vlad.
Vlad is a puppet. There's a band going through here on his feet, and then a wire. This is gonna be pretty for show night. And then my arm just goes into this little hole here.
Okay.
So I can take mine out right here, and then it goes up his torso and into his head. And there's a bar across, so I can do lots of head movements and like body movements. And then if you can kind of like give him a little bit of head support, you can get into the mouth.
Ooh, okay, yeah. The mouth is definitely what seals the deal.
Yeah.
How did you start working with Nightmare Vermont?
My brother Christoph Bristol did it, and I remember him walking around the yard on stilts, and I thought it was so cool. And then I went to the Nightmare Vermont to come see him, and I saw him got gutted, and I was like, this is amazing, I have to do this. And so my first year in, they put me on stilts, and I was a clown on stilts, and it was the most like powerful experience I've ever had.
to blood, to power, to the price we pay to keep what we deserve, to family.
To family.
Behind every scream, every chill, every shudder, there's someone crafting the illusion. A community of artists, builders, and performers who share Jana's love of the dark.
I've won costume contests with some of these before.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's Bill Criney, an award-winning cosplayer and in-house prop designer for Nightmare Vermont. This year, he's building some of the event's most ambitious creatures, including a massive werewolf that will take center stage on opening night. For the werewolf, you're making the structure, right? So using the mats, making the structure, then painting
this one
fur.
I'm using like a couch foam.
Couch foam, okay.
And then the fur and everything. So a lot of it's at the moment PVC pipe and couch foam and just getting the shape and the way it's going to work and whatnot.
Cool.
The masters grew tired of wolves with minds of their own.
How big will it be?
It's basically to the measurements of the cage about I think 4.5 feet long and then like 3.5 feet high.
And do you have to design it so that it can articulate or move, and is that really challenging?
Making the arms move and the mouth, like the mouth moves, open jaw and everything like that. We're trying to get a snarl effect. It's something that in movies you'd have animatronics, like puppeteering, like wires coming behind the wall. This, we're trying to make it work with just someone inside of it. And a challenge I'm facing as well is normally doing cosplay. I've made duct tape dummies of my own measurements before my own body, and I build off of that.
You're built a lot different than
so
this
I'm
woman,
building
yes.
this for someone else's measurements.
Yeah.
So we did a duct tape dummy of somebody else, and now I'm building it off of like to fit them. However, the duct tape dummy we built was standing, and then afterwards found out that this would have to be a sitting puppet. So it's a lot of me having to try to modify things on the fly.
Okay. How long have you been doing cosplay and making these types of costumes?
I've been doing costumes pretty much forever. Like, I mean, I got into Halloween first, and then to zombie walks, and then to comic conventions.
Don't let your shoes get untied. You don't want to trip doing the twist.
During the production run of the show, I do a lot of this sort of like stage management and help fix any problems that are going on behind the scenes.
Everywhere I turned, amid the screams and gore, I found the same thing. Joy. The kind that comes from a dedicated group of people creating something together.
A little electricity and they forget they're ever human.
Tell me about these.
So these are custom made. I can pop them in and out. It's made using actual dental equipment. So they're actually like kind of the same stuff dentures are made out of.
So you fully commit to your character?
I do every year, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so in addition to playing a character, you also are the combat director.
So I've been doing Nightmare for about this will be my 9th year. I started doing stage combat in Nightmare my 2nd year. And I kind of fell in love, and I picked up more and more skills, and then eventually I turned to Jana and was like, I can take up the mantle, I have the experience, and Nightmare sent me to Summer Sling, which is a stage combat workshop in New York for industry professionals, and I've just been picking up more training since, and rest is history. I've been doing it since 2023 now.
Silver.
I did martial arts. I did mixed martial arts as a kid, so that's a lot of stage combat sells well when you know the actual fighting behind it.
How do you get into character when you're getting ready to do a show?
I step into the scene and I just go. I know I'm very, as much as I've been acting for a very long time, I'm not very like researched about my process. For me, as long as I'm getting the story across, that's all that matters to me, as long as people are having fun.
Yeah. What do you play off the audience?
Oh yeah, you want to let that excite you, but you can't let go of the stakes of the fight.
Yeah,
you
how
know?
do you not break character?
Practice. Practice. I think I was talking about it earlier during our rehearsals, especially this late in the run as we get close to opening. We'll have people who are in the audience, like outside observers, other actors, who will actively be bad audience members, who will heckle, who will maybe disobey, just so the people in the scenes can get used to it. As a whole, people tend to be very respectful.
Or scared.
Or scared. Both.
Crouching in the corner.
Yeah, the main thing is when they get scared, they don't necessarily want to listen because they're scared, but you have to get them to listen. So, but that's, yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing multiple things at the same time.
Yes.
You're acting, you're performing, you're thinking about your blocking and keeping everything safe and moving the audience through.
Yep.
That's an amazing amount of work.
Yeah, when you put it like that.
After a while, I realized everyone here pours a piece of themselves into this nightmare. I couldn't help but wonder what makes them do it.
You become part of like this big horde that is Nightmare Vermont. It's just a bunch of people doing a volunteer work to create this beautiful haunted house.
Being able to perform with this lovely group of just wild and weird folks every year is just delightful. Like I found friends, I found community. Like, Nightmare is a family.
What keeps you coming back to Nightmare Vermont year after year?
Honestly, my volunteers. I call them my hauntlings. They're the best thing. They're the best thing. Every single year, I end up coming here and being reminded of what a fantastic community is and how everybody is supportive of each other and how much of ourselves we all put into this. Just because, like, we're a nonprofit, we're all volunteers, we're not getting paid. It's just we all love this so much, and so we all come together and we all make it happen.
This is the best group of top shelf weirdos in town. There is a wonderful sense of belonging that comes from a really diverse group of all ages and all different ability levels and different strengths, different talents, coming together and working together on a project, a collaborative, huge community project. And the sense of belonging that you get from a group of weirdos all collaborating together, it can't be matched.
So what I'm wondering if you can do is when you have your reaction, when you see her react, put your hands on the table and lean in. That will
Before the night was over, I finally understood what keeps everyone coming back.
Everything looks better in the dark. Everything looks better in the dark. I mean,
that rush of being part of something bigger, a little scary, and a lot of fun. So when the vampires invited me in, I didn't hesitate. I joined the nightmare.
You there, serve the bread. Are you addled in the brain?
Sorry.
Greed, wrath,
don't touch me
paranoia. None are fit to leave this house, but tonight we settle the inheritance.
Nightmare Vermont donates its proceeds to charity, and there's nothing spooky about that. The show runs until November 1st, fittingly, the Day of the Dead. I'm Amy Finley. This is Across the Fence. Come back, and let's learn and explore again tomorrow.
Monster Man.